Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm glad to have you here on this YouTube channel. And as I want to build this YouTube channel from scratch, literally, I need a camera holder or a device which holds my phone to film the things I produce. And yes, that's, I think, for a crafts channel, like I want to build it. It's a pretty good start. And yes, let's get started. So as I need to build these camera holding device, I need to plan out how to build this thing. So first of all, let's start with a drawing. To actually film how I do the drawing, I need to put this chair on the table of mine to hold the camera, because I don't have this holding device. And let's go. So the word I was searching for was a tripod for a camera or a smartphone. Yes, so I actually started the blueprint with the measurements of my smartphone. As you can see there, we need now to design the next step, which means it should be the tripod. And the main materials I want to use are wood and aluminum. And I think I'm gonna make a time lapse. So now this is my basic design. I want to do a tripod like this. For this design we need 3 wooden pillars, I think, and yeah, a base where these 3 pillars could attach and detach, or rattled, they would also move. I just need just moving parts here, and this is the base for a clamp, and the clamp is for the smartphone, and it's basically a spring powered thing which clamps the smartphone so it doesn't move in every other direction. So this was the intermediate step in the building process, and the next footage would be how I built this tripod. In this case I'm using wood, aluminum and aluminum, and also some steel nails. So I'm now in my basement, basically my workshop, and yes, I try to find all the material I need and do scribe lines on it and all this kind of stuff to actually know what I'm doing. Yes, or I'm just gonna start, which could end in a very, very, very big chaos. After 5 minutes of drawing, I put the drawing of the paper to the aluminum plate. I don't actually know if I did something wrong, but well, let's see. So I actually did cut it out like this with a normal metal saw for aluminum, and this saw, I don't actually know how it's called, but well, yes, those who know, who know. And I drilled holes here to actually punch through this saw, and then saw it along this line around here to actually waste as less material as possible. I was cutting this way, the saw actually just ripped in 3 pieces. And now I need to drill holes everywhere around here and then break it out. Nice. So now after an hour of work, I did it. I actually cut this piece out of the aluminum plate, and yes, I roughed the edges a little bit in, or in other words, I cleaned it up so it doesn't look that ugly as before. The next step would be cut this whole thing out and then clean it the edges and make it look like there's everywhere the same edge. Yes. So as I promised you, I will make everything out of scrap and also this tripod. So as you can see, I did the base plate. Very nice and clean. Well, not really, but for now it's enough. So my plan is that these 2 parts will come together like this. The one is on the base plate and I nutted it together with this nut bolt, and then I bolt this together. Yes, I will actually show it. As you can see, I build it together and it looks like this. So this is the base plate. I want to put some 3 wood legs on it, and then it should stand like this. And on the top I want to finish the system that you can put your camera in here by just clamp it in with a spring powered clamp. And yes, so if you loosen the nut, you can rotate this piece up and down. If you loosen this nut here, you can rotate it to the left or to the right. Actually mounted it a little bit too hard. So as you now can see, you can rotate it here, and it's actually the left and right movement, and then I think you should put the camera in like this. Can't actually see it, but yes. That will rotate to the left and right, up and down. It's not ready yet. I need to do a lot more. So as you already saw, I prepared these 2 little pieces which should stick together. And yes, and then with the spring power should clamp the smartphone in. This is the upper part, this is the bottom part, and you put your smartphone here, and here, from here to here, and from here to here. I think I'll put some rubber bands in, and then yes, and I rivet these holes together to actually make it slide relatively freely like this. Yes, to clamp the smartphone in. Then I mount this whole construction onto this piece. I think I glue it together, and I have the first part of the tripod ready. So well, as you can see, I proudly can present you the first part of my tripod, and yes, as you can see, my handy is clamped, my smartphone, excuse me, is clamped in in the tripod, and now let's look at it. So this is the final design. It's a basic tripod system because you have here the clamp which moves up and down, and it's very stiff to hold a lot of, it's very pressurized to hold my whole smartphone which I'm filming with it. And yes, this is the base where you clamp it in. You saw this already. I'll show the final result later on. And here are all the parts I already shown to you. Yes, and I actually screwed all these pieces together and clamped in the spring. And then to guide these two parts, just used a normal copper wire. And this is the base plate, this is the basic. So this is the normal way should look like. And it's gorgeous. So the second part on this, I'll make some feet for this, for the tripod, to actually let it stand like this, 20 centimeters height. Maybe they'll be telescopic. I think I'll want to decide it later. And yes, hope you enjoyed. Please stay tuned until next week or next video.